So, in the previous slides, I told you that whenever you are taking a task, then make sure that the first task is having a higher priority, right? Now, the question is how to choose a task which is having a higher priority. I mean, if you are in a confusion, picking up in a task which is having a higher priority, then there is something called as a priority matrix, which is given by Diet D. Horse. Okay, so what this matrix actually says, so this matrix is having a two dimension as important and urgent with the two parameters, that is low and a high, and we are having a four quarters here. Okay, so what the first quarter says, always choose a activity which is very high at important and high at a urgency. Okay, so the task should be like, it should be very important and very urgent. Okay, for example, you are doing some work and suddenly your manager or your higher authority calls you and says like, send me one this document urgently. Okay, so what do you think, is it important, is it not important? Yes, it is important because your higher authorities are asking and they said send it immediately. That means it's urgent. So these kind of activities or a task that will come under first quarter, that is urgent and important. These kind of a task always is having a higher priority. Okay, always choose this kind of a work as a first work in your task. Okay, now comes second quarters. Second quarters means schedule it, means some activities which are important but not urgent. Okay, means for example exercise, you can do it later also. For example watching movie, you can do it later also, right? But those are important because entertainment is important in a life, health is important in a life, right? So these all are important but not urgent, you can do these kind of a task later also, right? So these are not that much urgent, so always these, put these kind of a task in a second priority. Now comes third priority, the tasks which are not that important but those are urgent. Okay, for example, suppose your colleague or your friend is asking something for you which is urgent for them. Okay, so that's why it is urgent for you also, but is it important for you? No, but it is important to your friend and urgent to your friend. So these kind of problems comes under the third quarters, and choose these kind of task at third stage, or give the minimum priority for this. The fourth quarter means don't do it, means a task which are not having any importance and those are not urgent even. If you are not doing that task, then that doesn't make any difference, so that kind of activity will come under fourth quarter. So better you should delete, or make sure that you are not wasting your time on these kind of a task which are having less urgency and less importance. Okay, so this is about the priority matrix, which will help you to get the higher priority task. Now, once you get what is time management, how to use it, and you now learned how to use a priority matrix. Now you have a question like, what is the benefit of doing all these things, right? Now, if you are doing any task and you are taking very less time and you are doing your work within a specific time, specified time, then that will increase your productivity. Means imagine that there is a work which you have completed. That work is of a 1 hour and you have completed that work within a half an hour, and in a remaining half an hour you are doing some other work. That means your efficiency is increased, your productivity is increased, right? So since you are doing all your task within the specified time, then there is no stress, right? You are not getting any mental stress, right? So so people will notice, right? You are doing all your task very well, so people will notice this. So that gives you a opportunity to get a career advancement, and also it will help you to achieve your goal. Okay, so these are some benefits of time management.